Okay, so today we're going to be drawing boxes in two-point perspective. There's a little abbreviation I like to remember for this. It's FROLOBOO. That means front edge, right orthogonals, left orthogonals, back edges, opposing orthogonals. So we'll start off here today by drawing a horizon line and two vanishing points. So I want my horizon line to be in the middle of my paper. So I like to actually measure and mark it. This is a 9 by 12 sheet of paper. So I like to mark it 4.5 inches on each side and then connect those together to make my horizon. That way I can be sure that my horizon is level and parallel with the bottom and top edges of the paper. And it's also right in the middle of the paper. So here's my left vanishing point and my right vanishing point. The vanishing points don't always have to be on the page. It's easier when they are. So to keep it simple for now, we're going to leave them on there. So remember, FROLOBOO. Write it up here. So our first step here is front edge. So unlike in one-point perspective, instead of drawing the whole front face of the box, we only draw one edge. So we're also going to be alternating between vertical lines and orthogonal lines. So we'll start with the vertical line for our front edge. Next we're going to go to step 2, which is right orthogonals. Now step 2, right orthogonals, and step 3, left orthogonals can be interchanged. You can do them in any order. You need to have 2 orthogonal lines going to the right and 2 going to the left from the bottom and top of the corner edge that you started with. So now we're doing the left orthogonals. Make sure to line up your straight edge and your corner nicely. And there we go. So now you have kind of a kite shape or 2 triangles. Like I said, these 2 steps are interchangeable. So our next step is going to be the back edges. These are going to be vertical lines again. So you see it alternates. Vertical, orthogonal, and then vertical again. And just like one point, I still have an erasing step afterwards. So I'll darken in my box. Here's the edges of the box I made. And then I'll erase those extra orthogonals. Oh, I'm going to shade it first. So if we have light coming from sort of over my right shoulder, then this side of the box, which isn't being hit directly, is going to be a medium tone. And then the other side's going to be a light tone. I forgot to mention earlier, but you may have noticed that I skipped the last step. I skipped the OO step, the opposing orthogonals. And the reason I did that is because my front edge here overlaps the horizon line. So I'm not going to be able to see the top or the bottom of the box. So I don't need to do that opposing orthogonal step. So on my shading here, my right hand side is going to be light because it's being hit by the light directly. My left hand side is going to be a medium tone. If I could see the back left side of the box, that would be dark. the bottom of the box would be dark, and the top of the box would probably be a light tone. I'm going to erase that. So now I'm going to do one more box. This one's going to be below the horizon line so that you're able to see the top in that final step. So this intersects the horizon so you don't see the top or the bottom. Alright, so now we'll repeat the steps. This is our front edge. Boop. So we're going to do the right orthogonals. And those steps are interchangeable. I don't necessarily do them consistently. If I wanted to make this long, I could make it overlap my other box. I'm not going to do that, but be an option. That's a good kind of technique for if you're drawing a city or some kind of architecture. You want to have those overlapping boxes. Alright, so there's my right orthogonals and my left orthogonals. Now I'm going to go back to vertical lines and draw the back of each side. I can put these backs wherever I want them to be. It just depends how big I want each side of the box to be. So that's the back edges step. And then the last one, this time since it's below the horizon, I have to do my opposing orthogonals. So this left-hand corner goes over to the right, and the right-hand corner goes over to the left. You can remember that when you do your opposing orthogonals, the corner you need to connect is the one on the acute angle. So it's the skinny angle. That's the one you need to connect. So now I've got a box. I can erase my extras. I still do that even though I don't list it in the abbreviation. Then I'll darken in the lines and shade it. So there you go. So your assignment is going to be to draw and shade 9 boxes in 2-point perspective. If you've drawn along, you can use the 2 that we've already drawn.